how much the enhancement talent got paid? I bet it may have varied.
Anywhere from 250 to 450 a match. Of course, that's not doing too badly in 1984 when you're 18 and if you can get 5 nights in that week, right? I will tell you my highest week in the business was it was a fluke. They were all house shows and it was a fluke. I worked the Garden, the Hartford Civic Center, and I think it was the Boston Garden in 1 week, or it might have been Maine, might have been Portland in 1 week, and I made 3,300 in 1 week. That was the highest week I ever had in pro wrestling. In the WWF was 3,300 bucks. They were called first towns. Those are the towns that Hogan's in. So um, Vince was running 4 towns a night until the Iron Sheik and Duggan got caught in the car. Well, wrestling kind of lost its flair a little bit there, but he was running 4 towns a night. So I was usually in the third or fourth town. Sometimes I get in a second town, which was nice. Um, but every now and then, man, I'd get a first town, and that would be nice. That would be 650, 750. Good stuff. Yeah. Well, I wasn't on salary. There were very few guys on salary. The only guys I know that were on salary were like Savage and I think Herc's salary was like 7,000 a week. Um, Randy's I heard was like 12, 14. Um, I'm sure a lot of other guys were on weekly salaries, but a lot of guys weren't. So
I gotta ask you, it just came out a couple weeks ago. WWE's lowest pay for main roster used to be 250. Now it's 350. They're lucky if they wrestle twice a week these days. AEW is paying, I hear, a minimum 150, and a lot of these guys are just sitting at home collecting paychecks. And now a lot of these wrestlers haven't even paid any dues. I know it's a different time and stuff, but does it kind of bug you at all, the amount of money these people are making these days compared
hey,
to how hard, like you talk? Yeah.
Hannibal, this is going to be the most ridiculous explanation on why it doesn't bother me that you've ever heard in your life in the history of Hannibal TV. When we worked, if you didn't work, you didn't get paid. And that's if you were a big name. Even you weren't, the contracts were not guaranteed. You didn't work, you didn't get paid, period. Hannibal, you heard the stories. Kurt Hennig got hurt. He was paying Lloyd's of London for an insurance policy, like 5,000 a month. And when he got hurt, they paid him. We had no benefits. There was no disability. There was nothing. You didn't get work. You didn't work. You didn't get paid. These days, these guys do. Do I feel bad about it? No. And I'm going to give you the most ridiculous explanation why. Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Reggie Jackson, Thurman Munson. Thurman Munson was the highest paid Yankee before Reggie came at 800,000 a year. How much money, you know, would Mickey Mantle make now at 20 years old? Now, 80 million a year. Juan Soto is looking for a $600 million contract. These baseball players were a lot talented than a lot of them making this big money today, and a lot of them are still alive. You know, um, just thinking of a guy like Lou Piniella, guys like Mickey Rivers, Greg Nettles. I'm naming Yankees because I'm a Yankee fan. Pete Rose, Johnny Bench, the greatest catcher that ever played the game. How much were these guys worth on today's dollar? Don't you think they're sitting there going, man, I didn't get paid that kind of money, man. Wow. And I'm a better baseball player than they are. Wow, I didn't get that money. Nowhere near it. So, you know what? There's a lot of people in this world that back in the day were in their era, and today's day is, you know, there's a guy sitting home right now in a retirement apartment going, why didn't I hold on to my house for another 5 years? I sold it 5 years ago for 250,000. I probably could have got 490 for it in today's market. You know, everybody misses the payday somewhere, brother.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's crazy. Would you ever have imagined it would have got this high? Because 15 years ago, when I was like at my beginning and could have made it, there was only WWE and like there was no competition. And now the top guys are making 4 million. Guys like Lesnar are making like 12 million. It's crazy. I hear Moxley might even be making six.
well, I was talking to somebody the other day about Max, and I'm like, geez, can't Max give you a hand? You know, can he help you get in MJF? And he's like, he doesn't care. He's making 1 million a year. I go, they're paying him 1 million? Yeah, yeah. AEW's paying him 1 million. I'm like,
He
what?
just re-signed and got a tattoo of AEW, so I'm sure it's even more than that now. I actually heard Meltzer say the difference between MJF and Hogan is that Hogan would help out his friends and MJF, he's more for himself. He doesn't care if his friends get pushed or not, or he doesn't push for them to get hired. I mean, to each their own. I'm not saying that's good or bad, but Hogan seemed to take care of his buddies a lot.
And that's what I say about Hogan when they people ask me how he was. He had a lot of pressure on him because he had a lot of people to pay back. A lot of people helped him, and he had a lot of people to pay back. But I'm not going to mention the wrestler's name. But I saw the text with my own eyes. He was sitting right next to me.
Apparently, his new deal. I think you must know this loose cannon '88 guy. Is this Scott Wilder by any chance?
No,
Anyway, he's saying Max has a 5-year, $25 million deal, which
that's a
I would
man.
actually
That's
believe.
yeah, I would believe that. But you know what though?
Plus, they hired his girlfriend. They hired his girlfriend on top of that. So maybe he did did want someone to get in.
I
But
saw the
she is
text.
talented.
I saw the text with my own eyes, and it was left off that, hey, if you need me, don't feel weird, man. Get in touch with me. Okay. Well, we were sitting there talking, and he goes, you know what, Mario? I'm going to do it. And he did. And he was asking him questions, obvious questions about getting in and everything. And he was kind of aloof. And he had said back, this wrestler had said back to them, he goes, you know, Max, you told me to get a hold of you if I wanted to and don't feel weird about it. And you're making me feel weird. That was it.